DNS spoofing, sometimes referred to as DNS cache poisoning, is an attack where a rogue device directs DNS requests on a network. This basically means that an attacker manipulates the DNS to redirect DNS traffic. This type of attack is very difficult to detect, which makes it quite dangerous. In this demo, we're going to redirect DNS to our Kali Linux machine, spoof the DNS, and point to a web page I've set up. For this demo, we're going to use Kali Linux with Ettercap. Ettercap has a GUI interface. That's what we're going to use, but we need to do a few other things before we get started. I'm going to open up a terminal here on Kali Linux. We need to check the etter.config file. The easiest way to find this file is to just type locate etter.config and press enter. The path I'm interested in is this one, right up here. I'm going to use the program LeafPad to open the file. We'll type in leafpad/etsy/ettercap/etter.conf and press enter. And LeafPad opens my file. Now we need to edit these two lines of code, uid and gid. I need to change both of these values to 0. After that, we need to scroll down a bit to where it says Linux. Right under there, we want to find the IP tables. These two lines are commented out with the £sign. Just delete the two £signs from these lines of code. So now that we've done that, we'll save our file and close this window. Now that we're done with that, we need to edit our etter.dns file. I'm back in the terminal. Once again, to find this file, I can just type in locate etter.dns. Just like before, I'll use LeafPad to open it by typing leafpad etter.dns. The file opens up. I need to add a line to this host file. I'll scroll down until I see these few lines with Microsoft in them. Right above those lines, I want to add this line here. Asterisk, uppercase A, 10.10.10.197. By doing this, we're telling all of the DNS traffic on the network to go to this IP address, which is actually my Kali Linux system's IP address. The Microsoft lines are not commented out by default, but I went ahead and put £signs in front of them. We don't want to redirect their DNS. Before I exit, I want to go up and save the file. All right. We have some more editing to do here. Now I need to edit my index.html file. Since we're spoofing the DNS and redirecting traffic to our Kali system, I need to give the users something to see, so I'll edit the index page. To get to that file, I'll come up to Places and come down here to Computer. From there, I need to find the folder called var and open it. Within var, I'll go over to the www folder, then to the HTML folder. I've already made some changes in here. One of the things I did was copy my index.html file and rename it. Let's open this old file and see what the contents look like. Okay, our file is open. And like I said, by default, this is our index.html file on the Linux system. I don't want to modify the original in case I need to restore it later, so I made this copy. Now let's close this one and open up the modified copy I created. Once again, I'll use LeafPad to do that. Here, you can see I made a very simple landing page for our victims. It says, "You have been denied access to this site. Nice try." I've already saved it, so I'll go ahead and close this file. We're done editing files. Now we can go to Applications, Sniffing and Spoofing, Ettercap. Ettercap opens for us. And the first thing we need to do here is to come up to the Sniff tab and select Unified Sniffing. A dialog box opens up. We want to select our network adapter. In our case, that's ETH0. Click OK. We actually want to come back up to Start and select Stop Sniffing because we're not quite ready yet. We're going to go over to the Host tab and select the Scan for Host selection. Ettercap will do its thing and start scanning. You can see down here that we found 3 hosts. Now let's go up to Hosts again. This time, select the host list. And down here, you can see the 3 hosts. Previously, I ran Nmap and figured out that this top host is my router and this bottom host is my victim machine, the one I want to attack, so that anytime this machine goes to a website, the DNS is going to point them to my Kali Linux machine's IP address. So while my victim IP is selected, I'll come down here and click Add to Target 1. Now we'll go to Plugins, Manage the Plugins, and select the DNS Spoof option. Now, if we look down here in the lower pane, you can see it says Activating DNS Spoof Plugin. All right, we're almost done. I need to come up to the Man in the Middle tab and select ARP Poisoning. When the dialog opens up, we need to check the box for sniff remote connections and then click OK. We need to start the Apache web service on the Kali machine to actually make it into a web server. I do that by opening up a terminal and typing in service apache2 start. Nothing really exciting happens, but this command starts the Apache service for us. That wraps up our steps on this Kali system. Now we need to see what happens when our victim tries to surf the web. We'll do that from a Windows machine. All right, I'm on a Windows machine now. I'll go to a command prompt to check our IP address. I'll type in ipconfig, and we can confirm that the IP ends with 195, so this is the right machine. I'll close this window. Down here, I'll launch Google Chrome and I'll type in testout.com. When the page launches, it takes me to the index.html page on my Kali Linux system and displays the message we typed. That confirms that our DNS has been spoofed and redirected. That's it for this demo. In this demo, we configured our Kali Linux machine to redirect DNS requests and send the traffic to our modified index.html page. We discussed how we had to edit the files to make this happen and how to configure Ettercat to perform the DNS spoof.